Okay then, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to get every brand new Loomian and reskin in the Jolly Village event, so with that being said, let's get straight into it. First things first, if you don't know how to get to the event area, all you have to do is click on the Navigate app on the top of your screen, go to the Hubs tab, and then click on Jolly Village to be put into an event server. First one, I guess we'll go over the new roamer, Grimyuline. When you first enter Jolly Village, Mr. Jolly will talk to you about how he dropped his gate key in the maze minigame and that he wants our help to retrieve it. So once he's done talking, we can stand on the circle to join a maze minigame. And our goal is to get to the end of this maze without dying. We'll want to avoid the bear traps that are laid all over the maze, and we'll also want to avoid the Grimyuline that is wandering around the maze too. And if you're struggling with a maze in general, or if you just get lost quite a lot, a tip is to always hug the right or left wall at all times. You'll come across a lot of dead ends, but ultimately this tactic will turn the maze into basically one big hallway. Although I should warn you that this strategy has got one flaw, and that is if you're hugging a wall which ends up being connected to an island in the middle of the maze, you'll just end up looping back around to the same spot over and over again, just going in a circle. So if this does happen to you, you might want to switch over to the opposite wall instead. But once you've got to the end of the maze, you'll be awarded with a key. Now that you have it, you can go over the bridge and head towards the gate. Interact with the gate to open it, and Mrs. Jolly will invite you to join them for dinner. After the dinner cutscene, we'll be told that it's super late and we might as well spend the night here. And once we get into bed, we'll get a Grimyuline pop-up and we'll wake up with a Grimyuline in the corner of the room. You can just go up to it and interact with it to start a battle with it. And don't worry, if you fail the battle for whatever reason, or you knock it out, or if you even catch one that isn't what you're looking for, this is a soft resettable encounter. So once you finish with the battle, if you aren't happy with the results, you can just press no, and then you can press yes to restart the fight. But once you're actually happy with the Grimyuline that you've caught, Grimyuline will then be encounterable in the wild at the odds of 1 in 1024. Although these odds can be increased with the Roamer Game Pass and boost, so the best odds would be 1 in 128. Now let's go over the rest of the new Loomians, starting off with Jimby. Jimby is a very common Loomian with the encounter rate of 1 in 3. Once you've caught Jimby, you can evolve into Piccolio starting at level 25. And then the last brand new Loomian is the Wassel Lime. Wassel is a fairly uncommon Loomian with the encounter rate of 1 in 25, so it might take you a while until you find one. But once you've found and caught one, you can then evolve into Borealisk, although the method is a little bit special. You'll need to make sure that your Wassel has the move Undermine, which it learns at level 35, and then you'll need to level it up once. And now let's go over the brand new reskins, starting off with the Lumberjack Ursoul. You can only get this reskin in the event shop, you can't find it in the wild, so if you go to Mr. Jolly and talk to him, you'll open up the event shop and then you can buy it for 50 peppermints. And you can only get peppermints from inside of the maze minigame. I believe there can be around 25 to 30 peppermints in a single maze, and then if you beat the maze after getting the key, you'll be awarded with another 25 peppermints. Next up then, let's go over the reskins that you can only get in the wild. Starting off with Holiday Skilava, it has an encounter rate of 1 in 15, so it's fairly common. Once you found and caught one, you can then evolve it into Geksplode starting at level 22. And then you can evolve Geksplode into Eruptidon starting at level 38. Next up is Holiday Kittone, which has an encounter rate of 1 in 45, so it's somewhat rare. And once you've caught one, you can evolve into Lyricat starting at level 27. Next up is the Gingerbread Grievestone, which has an encounter rate of 1 in 240, so yeah, it's pretty rare, and technically it is the rarest reskin in the Christmas events. But once you've found and caught one, to evolve it into Obelost, you'll need to level it up after you've maxed out Grievestone's friendship. There's a few different ways you can raise a Loomian's friendship. You can give it the bouquet item, level up the Loomian, win battles with the Loomian, or my go-to, put the Loomian in the front of your party and walk in circles for a good 5 minutes or so. Generally it's on the longer side. And to check on your current progress, you can interact with your Loomian to see what the current happiness levels are, which the perfect bond will look like this. And then we have Icigool and its reskins, which Icigool has an encounter rate of 1 in 90. Although when you encounter one, you'll have an 85% chance you'll get a light blue one, like I have here. This is the default standard one that comes back every year, so there's nothing really special about this one. And the other 15% chance is what you actually want to roll for the new reskin versions, which will change every year. The previous year's versions do not come back. and also this is what this year's Icigool Reskins look like. There's a circuit board, a plaid, a star, and a honeycomb pattern Icigool for this year. And now let's go over the reskin roamers, starting off with Santa Duskit, which has an encounter rate of 1 in 2048. Although you can boost these odds with the roamer game pass and boost, so the best odds will become 1 in 256. Also, I should say right here, okay, all of the reskins and loomies we've talked about so far all have an alpha and a gamma gleaming version. And now for the final reskin, which is the toy Protogon, which has an encounter rate of 1 in 1024. Although you can boost these odds with the roamer game pass and boost, so the best odds will become 1 in 128. Also, there isn't just one toy Protogon, because toy Protogon comes in 6 different colours. And on top of that, the gleaming odds for this toy Protogon are doubled, so it's twice as easy to get one. But I should let you know that the toy Protogon only has an alpha gleaming form, it does not have a gamma gleam form. And from now on, we'll probably do something like this for every Christmas event going forward, which is basically what we do for the Halloween event with the skeleton reskins. But with that being said, that is how you can get every brand new Loomian and reskin in the Christmas events.